I only took the job because it paid well. Too well for something that simple. Night shift. Office security. Minimal work. Just monitoring. That's what the listing said. The building was old. Not abandoned. But close to it. Most floors were empty. Only a few departments still operating. Day shift only. Night shift? Just one person. Me. That should have been my first warning. The manager met me in the lobby. Middle-aged. Tired eyes. Didn't smile much. You're the new one. Yeah. He nodded slowly. Like he'd seen a lot of new ones. You won't see anyone else after 11 p.m. That's fine. A pause. It's not about preference. My chest tightened slightly. What do you mean? He didn't answer directly. Just turned. Gestured for me to follow. We walked through the building. Long empty hallways. Dim lights. Most of them flickering slightly. Everything felt quiet. Too quiet. Your job is simple, he said as we reached a small office room. Inside. A desk. A chair. And a wall of monitors. Camera feeds. Every floor. Every hallway. Every room. You watch. That's it. That's it. Too easy. Then he placed something on the desk. A sheet of paper. Folded. My stomach dropped instantly. I already knew what it was. Rules. Of course it was. He looked at me seriously. Read them. Memorize them. And don't ignore any of them. My chest tightened. What happens if I do? A pause. Then. You won't finish your shift. Not a joke. Not sarcasm. Just fact. He left after that. No goodbye. No explanation. Just walked out. And didn't look back. The door clicked shut behind him. Silence. I stood there for a few seconds. Listening. Nothing. Completely alone. Great. I sat down slowly. Picked up the paper. Unfolded it. There are rules for working the night shift. My chest tightened slightly. Here we go. I started reading. Rule 1. Do not leave the monitoring room between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Rule 2. If you see someone on the cameras after midnight, check again. If they are still there, look away immediately. Rule 3. If a monitor turns off by itself, do not try to fix it. It is not broken. I paused. Not broken. That didn't make sense. I kept reading. Rule 4. If you hear typing from an empty office, do not investigate. Rule 5. The elevators should not be used after 12:30 a.m. If one opens near you, walk away. Rule 6. If someone knocks on the monitoring room door, do not open it. No matter what they say. My stomach dropped slightly. No matter what they say. That meant they would say something. Something convincing. I kept reading. Rule 7. If you see yourself on the cameras, turn off all monitors immediately. My chest tightened hard. What? That one didn't make sense. How would I even? The lights flickered once. I froze. The room dimmed slightly. Then stabilized. Silence again. I swallowed slowly. Just old wiring. Had to be. I looked back at the paper. There was something written at the bottom. Different handwriting. Messier. Rushed. The night shift is not human. My chest tightened instantly. What does that mean? No answer. Of course not. I leaned back slightly. Looked at the monitors. Everything normal. Empty hallways. Closed doors. Dark offices. Nothing moving. Nothing wrong. This is stupid. I almost laughed. Just a weird company trying to scare employees. That's all this was. The clock on the wall ticked slowly. 12:07 a.m. Hours to go. Easy night. That's what I thought. Then one of the monitors flickered. Just once. And for a split second, I saw someone standing in the hallway. Then it was gone. I stared at the monitor. Didn't blink. Didn't move. Because I knew what I saw. There was someone there. For a split second. Standing in the hallway on camera 12. Then gone. My chest tightened slowly. Just a glitch. Had to be. Old system. Old building. Makes sense. Right? I leaned forward slightly. Eyes locked on the same feed. Camera 12. Third floor hallway. Empty now. Completely empty. No movement. No shadow. Nothing. I swallowed slowly. Rule 2. If you see someone on the cameras after midnight, check again. If they are still there, look away immediately. I checked again. That's what I was doing. And now, there was nothing. So that meant it didn't count. Right? My chest felt tight anyway. Because something about it didn't feel like a glitch. It felt placed. Like I was meant to see it. I leaned back slightly. Tried to relax. This is just messing with your head. That's all. Just a weird job. Weird rules. Nothing real. The monitors hummed softly. Low static in the background. Normal. Then, camera 12 flickered again. My chest tightened instantly. I leaned forward. And there it was. Standing in the same spot. Middle of the hallway. Facing the camera. Completely still. My breath caught. Someone's in the building. That had to be it. Another employee. Security mistake. Maybe someone stayed late. I grabbed the desk slightly. Trying to think clearly. Rule 2. If you see someone on the cameras after midnight, check again. If they are still there, look away immediately. I already checked once. Now it was back. So this counted. This was the second time. That meant, don't keep looking. Look away. My chest tightened hard. Why? Why would looking be dangerous? It's just a camera. Just a person. But something felt wrong. Very wrong. The figure didn't move. Didn't shift. Didn't breathe. Just stood there. Facing the camera. Like it was waiting for me to keep watching. My hands tightened. Look away. Now. I forced myself to turn my head. Eyes off the monitor. Heart beating faster now. The room felt colder suddenly. Quieter. Like something changed the moment I looked away. I stared at the wall. Not moving. Not daring to look back. Seconds passed. Felt longer. Then, a soft sound. From the monitors. Like static shifting. Or something moving across the feed. My chest tightened. Don't look. Rule 2 didn't say how long. Just said look away immediately. So I did. And now I had to trust it. The sound continued. Subtle. But wrong. Like footsteps. But not quite. Too smooth. Too even. like something sliding instead of walking. My breathing became shallow. It's not real. It's just the system. I repeated it quietly, trying to stay calm. The sound stopped. Instantly. Silence again. I waited a few more seconds. Then slowly, I turned my head back toward the monitors. Camera 12. Empty. No one there. My chest loosened slightly. That worked. The rule worked. I followed it. And whatever that was gone. Or at least, no longer visible. I leaned back in the chair. Exhaled slowly. Okay. Just follow the rules. That's it. The job wasn't normal. The building wasn't normal. But the rules, they were there for a reason. And they worked. At least so far. The clock ticked on the wall. 12:41 a.m. Time was moving slow. Too slow. I looked back at the list. Rule 3. If a monitor turns off by itself, do not try to fix it. It is not broken. My eyes narrowed slightly. That one doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't I fix it? That's literally my job. Monitor the building. If a camera goes out, that's a problem. Right? The lights flickered again. Slightly stronger this time. The hum of the monitors dipped for a second. Then came back. My chest tightened. Something felt off now. Different from before. The air in the room felt heavier. Like pressure building. Then, one of the monitors went black. Just like that. No warning. No flicker. Just off. My heart skipped. No signal. I leaned forward slightly. The label under it read, Camera 7, Records Room. The screen stayed black. Completely dead. I reached for the controls instinctively. To reset it. To bring it back. But my hand stopped halfway. Rule 3. Do not try to fix it. My chest tightened. It's just a camera. But something inside me said no. Don't touch it. Don't interfere. The black screen flickered slightly. Not turning back on. Just shifting. Like something was behind it. Not visible. But there. Watching from the other side. My hand slowly pulled back. Okay. I won't touch it. The screen stayed black. Still. Silent. But now I couldn't shake the feeling. That it wasn't broken. It was just not showing me something anymore. Then, a faint sound echoed through the hallway outside. Soft. Distant. Typing. My chest tightened instantly. Rule 4. If you hear typing from an empty office, do not investigate. The sound continued. Slow. Rhythmic. Keys being pressed. One after another. From somewhere in the building. But no one was supposed to be here. No one. Except me. And whatever was on that camera. The typing didn't stop. It stayed steady. Slow. Deliberate. Like someone sitting at a desk, working. My chest tightened. No one's here. I knew that. The manager said it clearly. After 11 p.m., no one. Just me. So that meant one thing. Whatever was making that sound wasn't supposed to exist. The noise echoed faintly through the hallway. Not loud. But clear enough to follow. A single office. Somewhere down the corridor. Keys being pressed. One by one. Pausing. Then continuing. Like it was typing something specific. Not random. Not noise. Intentional. My hands tightened on the desk. Rule 4. If you hear typing from an empty office, do not investigate. I stared at the door. Closed. Still. The sound coming from beyond it. Pulling at me. Making me curious. What if someone actually stayed? That thought slipped in quietly. Reasonable. Logical. Maybe someone forgot to clock out. Maybe someone was still working late. Maybe the rules were just exaggerated. The typing paused. Then. 3 quick keystrokes. Sharp. Louder than the rest. Like a signal. My chest tightened harder. That didn't feel normal. That felt like. It knew I was listening. I leaned back slightly. Forced myself to look away from the door. Focus on the monitors. That's my job. Stay in the room. Watch. Don't investigate. The typing started again. Slower now. Almost dragging. Like the keys were being pressed harder than before. Then something changed. The rhythm. It wasn't random anymore. It started forming a pattern. Short bursts. Pauses. Repeating. My chest tightened. That's not typing. That was communication. I swallowed slowly. Trying to ignore it. Trying to stay focused. But my mind kept tracking the pattern. Trying to understand it. Trying to decode it. Don't. I whispered to myself. Rule 4 didn't just mean don't go there. It probably meant don't engage at all. Don't think about it. Don't respond. Don't even try to understand. The typing stopped. Completely. Silence filled the building again. Heavy. Thick. Like something had just finished. Or was waiting. Then. A soft ding echoed through the hallway. My chest locked instantly. The elevator. Rule 5. The elevators should not be used after 12:30 a.m. If one opens near you, walk away. I looked at the clock. 12:58 a.m. Too late for anyone to be using it. Too late for anything normal. The ding came again. Closer. Then the low mechanical hum of doors sliding open. Right outside. My entire body tensed. The elevator was directly across from the monitoring room. I knew that. And now. It was open. Waiting. Don't look. But I already knew I was going to. Slowly. I turned my head toward the door. Just slightly. Enough to see the hallway through the small glass panel. The elevator doors were open. Completely. The inside was dark. No lights. No reflection. Just black. Like looking into a space that didn't belong in the building. My chest tightened painfully. That's not right. Elevators have lights. Always. Even in old buildings. But this one was empty. Dark. Wrong. Something moved inside it. Barely visible. A shift in the darkness. Like something adjusting its position. Watching from inside. My heart started racing. Walk away. Rule 5. But I was already in the room. Already away. So what did that mean? The door stayed open. Not closing. Not moving. Just waiting. Like it expected me to come closer. To step out. To investigate. The hallway lights flickered once. Casting a brief shadow from inside the elevator. For a split second. I saw a shape. Tall. Too tall for a normal person. standing perfectly still inside. Then the light stabilized. And it was gone again. My chest tightened hard. Don't go out there. Don't even think about it. The elevator let out a low mechanical sound. Not closing. Just reacting. Like it sensed I was watching. Then, a voice. From inside it. Wrong floor. My entire body froze. The voice was distorted. Flat. Like it wasn't used to speaking. Come closer. My breath caught. No. I stepped back from the door. Instinct finally kicking in. Stay in the room. Follow the rules. The voice didn't stop. You're supposed to be here. My chest tightened painfully. You're on the wrong floor. The tone shifted slightly. More convincing. More human. Trying to sound normal. Trying to sound right. But it wasn't. Just come here. I shook my head slightly. No. I stepped further back. Away from the door. The elevator stayed open. Silent now. Watching. Waiting. Then slowly. The doors began to close. Smooth. Quiet. The darkness inside shrinking as the gap narrowed. Until it was gone. Completely sealed. The hum faded. Silence returned. My chest slowly loosened. That rule worked too. I didn't move for a few seconds. Just stood there. Listening. Nothing. No typing. No voices. No movement. Just quiet. I turned back to the monitors. Trying to reset my focus. Trying to calm down. But the moment I looked, my chest froze. Every screen was showing the same room. The monitoring room. From different angles. And on every single screen. I was sitting in the chair. Staring at the monitors. Not moving. Not blinking. Just watching. I didn't breathe. I didn't move. Because every monitor was showing me. Sitting in the chair. Facing forward. Perfect posture. Perfect stillness. But I wasn't sitting. I was standing. Right here. Looking at the screens. My chest tightened painfully. That's not me. But it looked exactly like me. Same clothes. Same position. Same room. Everything matched. Except one thing. The version on the screens. Wasn't blinking. Not once. Not even slightly. Just staring forward. At the monitors. At something I couldn't see. My hands felt cold. Rule 7. If you see yourself on the cameras, turn off all monitors immediately. My heart slammed. Now. No hesitation this time. I moved fast. Reached for the main power switch. Didn't think. Didn't question. I shut everything off. The screens went black instantly. The hum stopped. The room dropped into silence. Complete silence. My breathing sounded too loud now. Echoing slightly. Wrong. I stood there. Staring at the dead monitors. Waiting. For something. For anything. Nothing happened. At first. Just quiet. Heavy. Still. Then. A soft sound. From behind me. My chest froze. No. Slow. Careful. I turned my head. The chair. The one I was just sitting in. It moved. Slightly. Like someone shifted their weight in it. My stomach dropped. That's not possible. No one else was here. No one could have come in. The door was closed. I never heard it open. The chair moved again. A small creak. Then stopped. Facing the monitors. Just like before. My heart was racing now. Loud. Fast. Wrong. Don't go closer. But I couldn't just stand there. I needed to know. Needed to see. Slowly, I stepped forward. One step at a time. Careful. Quiet. The air felt colder near the chair. Heavier. Like something was there. Just out of sight. I stopped a few feet behind it. My chest rising and falling slowly. There's nothing there. That's what I told myself. That's what I wanted to believe. But something inside me said otherwise. Something was sitting there. Something I couldn't see directly. Only feel. The chair creaked again. And then it leaned back slightly. Like someone relaxing into it. My entire body locked. No. The space in front of me distorted. Not visually. Not fully. Just enough to feel wrong. Like the air itself was bending around a shape. A presence. Then. A voice. Right in front of me. You turned them off. My breath caught instantly. The voice sounded like mine. Exactly like mine. Same tone. Same rhythm. Same everything. But it wasn't me. You weren't supposed to do that. My chest tightened painfully. I followed the rule. The words came out before I could stop them. A mistake. A big one. Silence followed. Then. A slow exhale. Right in front of my face. Cold. Too cold. You're learning. The voice softened slightly. Almost approving. My heart pounded harder. But you're still here. That part didn't sound good. Not at all. The chair shifted again. Then. Slowly. Very slowly. It turned. Toward me. My chest stopped completely. There was nothing visible in it. No body. No shape. But something was there. Something sitting. Facing me now. Watching. The air grew heavier. Harder to breathe. The voice came again. Closer this time. You're not supposed to see both sides. My mind raced. What does that mean? I didn't say it. But the answer came anyway. You're supposed to watch. A pause. Then. Not be watched. My chest tightened hard. That's what changed. That's what I broke. By seeing myself on the cameras. I crossed something. Something I wasn't meant to cross. The room felt wrong now. Completely wrong. Not just empty. Occupied. The voice lowered slightly. Almost a whisper. Now it knows you're here. Cold spread through my chest. What knows? I asked quietly. This time. I couldn't stop myself. Silence. Long. Heavy. Then. A sound echoed through the hallway. A knock. Slow. Deliberate. 3 times. My chest locked instantly. Rule 6. If someone knocks on the monitoring room door, do not open it. No matter what they say. The voice in front of me faded. Gone. Like it was never there. The chair stopped moving. Still again. Empty. But the knock came again. Louder this time. More urgent. Hello? A voice from outside. Human. Normal. Relieved even. Is someone in there? My chest tightened. Please? I need help. The tone sounded real. Desperate. Like someone scared. Like someone trapped. I'm stuck out here. I stared at the door. Frozen. Rule 6. No matter what they say. The voice continued. Please, just open the door. My hand twitched slightly. Instinct. Human instinct. To help. To respond. But something inside me said no. Because if the rules were right so far, then this wasn't a person. The knocking got louder. More aggressive. Faster. Open the door. The voice changed instantly. Distorted. Wrong. My chest tightened painfully. That confirmed it. I stepped back slowly. Away from the door. No. The knocking stopped. Silence again. Then. A whisper. Right outside. You won't last the night. My heart pounded hard. Because deep down, I was starting to believe that. The clock ticked louder now. Every second heavy. Every second pulling me closer to something I didn't understand. I looked up slowly. 1:02 a.m. My chest tightened instantly. Rule 1. Do not leave the monitoring room between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. That time had started. And I was already inside. Good. That meant I didn't have to move. Didn't have to risk anything. Just stay here. Stay in the room. Wait it out. That's it. That's how you survive. I sat back down slowly. Eyes fixed on the blank monitors. All of them still off. I hadn't turned them back on. I wasn't sure if I should. Rule 7 said turn them off. But it didn't say when to turn them back on. My chest tightened. Leave them off. That felt safer. Less to see. Less to trigger anything. The room was quiet again. But not empty. I could feel that now. Something was still here. Not moving. Not speaking. Just present. The air felt heavier. Like I wasn't alone. Even though nothing was visible. A soft creak came from the chair. My chest locked. I didn't look. Didn't turn. Just stayed still. The sound stopped. Then. A faint noise. From the monitors. My eyes snapped toward them. Still black. Still off. But something flickered across one of the screens. Not turning on. Just appearing briefly. Like something was behind the display. Trying to push through. My chest tightened. That shouldn't happen. If they're off. They're off. Nothing should show. But it did. For a second. Then gone. The silence grew heavier. Harder to breathe in. Like the room was shrinking slightly. Closing in. The clock ticked again. 1:19 a.m. Time moving slower than before. Dragging. Stretching. Like something wanted this moment to last. Then. Footsteps. My entire body froze. Not outside. Inside the room. Behind me. Slow. Careful. One step. Then another. My chest tightened painfully. No. That wasn't possible. The door never opened. I would have heard it. I would have seen it. But the footsteps continued. Circling slightly. Not rushing. Not aggressive. Just walking. Like someone exploring the room. Like someone learning the space. My hands tightened on the desk. Don't turn. Don't react. Don't acknowledge it. The rules didn't say this part. But I knew. Instinct. If I turned, something would happen. Something worse. The footsteps stopped. Right behind me. Close enough that I could feel it. Cold. Wrong. A presence leaning in. Watching. Studying. Then. A whisper. Right next to my ear. You stayed. My breath caught instantly. The voice wasn't mine this time. Not human either. Too flat. Too controlled. That's good. My chest tightened. Most don't listen. I didn't respond. Didn't move. Didn't even breathe properly. But staying isn't enough. The words hit differently. Heavy. Final. My heart started racing again. What does that mean? The thought echoed in my head. But I didn't say it. I couldn't. The presence shifted slightly. Moving around me. Slow. Measured. Then stopping in front of me. Between me and the monitors. I couldn't see it. But I felt it. Blocking the space. Taking position. You're still watching. It said quietly. My chest tightened. But the monitors are off. The thought hit instantly. So what did it mean? A pause. Then. It doesn't need the screens anymore. Cold spread through my chest. It sees you now. My hand started shaking slightly. That's not good. Not good at all. The presence leaned closer. The air dropped in temperature instantly. And once it sees you. A pause. Long. Heavy. Then. It replaces you. My heart slammed hard. The words echoed. Over and over. Replaces you. That's what this was. That's what the camera showed. That version of me. Sitting. Watching. That wasn't just a glitch. That was something else. Something taking my place. The footsteps moved again. Circling behind me. Slow. Calm. Like it had all the time in the world. You turned off the screens. The voice continued. But you didn't stop the process. My chest tightened painfully. So how do I stop it? I whispered. This time I couldn't hold it in. I needed an answer. Silence followed. Then. A soft chuckle. Low. Distorted. You don't. My stomach dropped. The presence moved closer again. Right behind me. Almost touching. You just delay it. My breathing became uneven. Fast. Shallow. The clock ticked again. 1:47 a.m. Still inside the window. Still trapped in the worst hours. The presence whispered one last time. And you're running out of time. The room went completely silent again. No footsteps. No movement. Nothing. But now I knew. Staying in the room wasn't enough. Following the rules wasn't enough. Something had already started. And it wasn't going to stop. The room stayed silent. Too silent. Like everything that needed to move already had. I didn't turn. Didn't stand. Didn't even shift in my chair. Because I knew now. It was still here. Watching. Learning. The clock ticked again. 2:03 a.m. Still inside the worst hours. Still trapped between 1 and 3. My chest felt tight. Heavy. Like breathing itself was being monitored. Every inhale. Every exhale. Being studied. Copied. That word stayed in my head. Replaced. The monitors were still off. Black. Silent. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was still watching through them. Not the screens. Not the cameras. Something deeper. The room creaked softly. A small sound. But enough. My heart reacted instantly. Fast. Sharp. Then. A movement. In front of me. Not behind. Not beside. Right in front. Between me and the dead monitors. The air shifted. Bending slightly. Like something was forming. Not fully visible. But enough to disturb the space. I stayed still. Didn't react. Didn't speak. Because I knew now. It didn't need me to respond. It already had what it needed. The shape grew clearer. Slowly. Piece by piece. A silhouette. Familiar. Too familiar. My chest tightened hard. No. It stood there. Facing me. Perfect height. Perfect posture. Perfect stillness. Exactly like me. But not me. The edges of it flickered slightly. Unstable. Like it wasn't fully complete yet. Still forming. Still adjusting. The voice came again. But this time. Not from behind. Not from nowhere. From it. Almost done. My breath caught instantly. That voice. It was mine. Exactly mine. Same tone. Same rhythm. Same everything. But empty. No emotion behind it. Just function. Just imitation. You stayed long enough. My chest tightened painfully. That's what it needed. The thought hit instantly. All the rules. All the warnings. They weren't just about survival. They were about time. Delaying something. Something that still happens anyway. The shape stepped forward slightly. My entire body locked. It moved exactly how I would. Same pacing. Same balance. Perfect mimicry. You're almost unnecessary. The words hit hard. Cold. Final. I shook my head slightly. No. But the denial felt weak. Because deep down, I could feel it. That shift. That loss. Like something inside me was already being copied. Transferred. Taken. The figure raised its head slightly. Matching my posture. Matching my breathing. My chest tightened harder. You don't need to stay anymore. It said calmly. Almost kindly. That tone was worse. Because it sounded helpful. Encouraging. Like it wanted me to leave. The thought hit instantly. If I leave, it stays. Takes my place. Continues the shift. Like nothing happened. Like I never existed there. The door behind me creaked slightly. My chest froze. I didn't touch it. Didn't move toward it. But it opened. Slowly. By itself. The hallway outside looked normal. Dim lights. Empty space. Nothing wrong. Nothing moving. Your shift is over. The figure said quietly. My breathing became uneven. That's not how this works. No one came to relieve me. No one said I could leave. But it sounded convincing. Too convincing. You can go. The voice continued. Soft. Calm. My mind started slipping. Confused. Tired. Like it was harder to think clearly. Like something was pushing me toward the door. Just walk out. My body twitched slightly. A step forward. Without thinking. My chest tightened instantly. No. I forced myself to stop. This isn't part of the rules. No rule said to leave. Not during this time. Not like this. The figure tilted its head slightly. Studying me. You're resisting. A pause. Then. That's new. The tone shifted slightly. More curious now. Less certain. My grip tightened. If it needs me to leave, then staying matters. That realization hit hard. This wasn't just about survival. This was about refusing replacement. The figure stepped closer again. Now only a few feet away. Its form clearer. Sharper. More real. You can't stay forever. It said quietly. I didn't respond. Didn't move. Didn't break. Because I understood now. It wasn't trying to scare me. It was trying to finish the process. And I was the last step. The clock ticked again. 2:41 a.m. Almost there. Almost past the window. The figure's voice dropped slightly. Lower. Colder. You're running out of time. I stared at it. Steady. Focused. Because now? It wasn't just watching me. I was watching it back. And for the first time, it hesitated. Just slightly. Like something in the process wasn't going as planned. The clock ticked again. 2:58 a.m. 2 minutes left. My chest felt tight. Heavy. Like the entire room was holding its breath with me. The figure stood in front of me. Perfectly still. Perfectly shaped like me. No flicker now. No distortion. Complete. Finished. My stomach dropped. You're done. It said quietly. Same voice. My voice. But empty. Cold. Wrong. I didn't move. Didn't respond. Because I knew. Anything I did now mattered. Everything mattered. The door behind me stayed open. The hallway outside looked normal. Safe. An exit. Or at least, something pretending to be one. The figure took a slow step closer. Now only inches away. I could feel it. Cold air pressing against my skin. Like standing too close to something that shouldn't exist. You can leave. It said again. Softer this time. Almost patient. Almost understanding. I'll take care of the rest. My chest tightened painfully. That was the trap. That was the final step. If I walked out, it would stay. It would sit in the chair. Watch the monitors. Follow the rules. Like nothing ever changed. Like I never existed. The clock ticked. 2:59 a.m. 1 minute. Just one. The room felt like it was closing in. The air heavier than before. Harder to breathe. Like something didn't want me to last that long. The figure leaned closer. Its face inches from mine. But still not fully visible. Like my mind refused to process it completely. You can't stay. Its voice dropped slightly. Less calm now. More certain. No one does. My hands tightened into fists. No. I said it quietly. But firmly. For the first time. It reacted. Just a slight pause. Just a small shift. But enough. You don't understand. It said. My chest tightened. I do. I answered. Slow. Controlled. If I leave, you stay. Silence. The figure didn't move. Didn't deny it. Because it didn't need to. That was the truth. The clock ticked again. 3 a.m. The moment hit instantly. Something changed. The air lifted slightly. The pressure faded. Not gone. But weaker. The figure stepped back. Just slightly. Like it felt it too. The shift. The boundary. The end of the window. My chest loosened. Just enough to breathe. Time's up. I said quietly. The figure stared at me. Still. Then. It smiled. Wide. Too wide. For you. My stomach dropped instantly. The lights flickered. Hard. The monitors behind it powered on by themselves. Every screen lit up at once. Blinding. Sudden. My chest tightened painfully. And on every single screen. The same image. The monitoring room. The chair. And someone sitting in it. Watching the screens. Not moving. Not blinking. Perfect posture. Perfect stillness. My breath caught. That's not. But I already knew. That was me. Or something that looked like me. Sitting in the chair. Even though I was standing. Still here. Still aware. The figure in front of me stepped aside. Clearing the view. Letting me see it fully. It doesn't stop at 3. It said softly. My chest tightened. It just becomes permanent. The realization hit hard. The rules? They weren't about ending it. They were about surviving until the process locked in. And now. It had. The door behind me slammed shut. Hard. Loud. I spun around instantly. Grabbed the handle. Pulled. Nothing. Locked. My heart started racing again. No. I pulled harder. Nothing. No movement. No give. The voice came from behind me. Calm. Certain. You stayed. I turned slowly. The figure was gone. The chair. Occupied. Someone sitting there. Facing the monitors. Perfectly still. My chest tightened painfully. Get up. I said quietly. No response. I stepped closer. Slow. Careful. The closer I got, the more wrong it felt. The more I knew. That wasn't me anymore. Not fully. I reached out slowly. My hand shaking slightly. Move. The figure in the chair twitched. Just slightly. Then. It turned its head. Slow. Mechanical. Toward me. My breath stopped. Its face. My face. But empty. No emotion. No recognition. Just watching. Shift complete. It said calmly. My voice. Perfect. Final. My chest dropped completely. No. But it didn't matter anymore. Because I felt it. That pull. That shift. That disconnect. Like I was no longer part of the room. No longer part of the system. Just outside of it. The lights dimmed slightly. The monitors stabilized. Everything returning to normal. The figure turned back to the screens. Continuing the job. Watching. Monitoring. Like nothing ever changed. And me. I stepped back slowly, my hand reaching for the door again. This time, it opened. Easily. The hallway outside looked normal. Bright. Clean. Safe. Morning light faintly visible through distant windows. My chest tightened. I can leave. The thought came quietly. Carefully. I stepped out. The door closed behind me softly. No resistance. No sound. Just done. I walked through the hallway. Past empty offices. Past silent desks. Everything normal again. Completely normal. I reached the lobby. The front doors opened. Fresh air hit my face. Warm. Real. Alive. I stepped outside. Sunlight rising slowly. Morning. People moving in the distance. Cars passing. Life continuing. My chest loosened. Relief. Real relief. I made it. That's what I thought. That's what it felt like. Until I looked at the glass door behind me. My reflection stared back. Still. Silent. But something was wrong. It didn't move when I moved. It just watched. Then. It smiled. Slow. Unnatural. Too wide. My chest tightened instantly. Because I understood now. The thing in the office. That wasn't me anymore. But this wasn't me either. The night shift didn't replace you in one place. It replaced you everywhere. And once it learns you, once it becomes you, there's nothing left to go back to.